The malignant religious-based swinging waves on Earth.
It is hoped that the following explanations and insights from the spiritual teaching will serve all those who feel a sense of the duty towards their fellow human beings, who are victims of religious indoctrination and are affected by the religious-based swinging waves around the planet Earth. It is hoped that this presentation will encourage all those of sufficient consciousness evolution, who have a sense of duty and wish to address and undo all the evil that exists on Earth and bring about the long hoped-for paradise on Earth. Might of the Thoughts, page 58, German, English. The principle of the universe is the principle of the life, and this principle is the law of evolution through cause and effect, the law of causality, whereby every single effect, every single occurrence, and every single action and so forth has a preceding cause. Religious-based energies engulfing the earth. Thoughts generate strong, swinging waves of energy that are then maintained for many thousands of years. These religious swinging waves actually exist on a basis of pure energy, which have an adversarial force. This energy and power, however, are constantly reinforced by new, similarly orientated swinging waves from many Earth humans, so that over the course of many millennia, an immeasurable energy power has been formed, which has been able to unfold into self-activity and cast a spell over Earth's humanity. These are delusional energies of religious belief, which are able to form themselves independently through their great power and are directed against every form of truth and reality. In this respect, they have become attacking and even dangerous and are increasingly displaying a wise malignancy. These energies and their power have expanded and intensified to such an extent that they have become truly dangerous and malignant and interfere with the thoughts of Earth's humanity. Consequently, nothing can counteract this kind of self-acting increase in development as a result of the ever-increasing energy and its power through the continuing religious delusion of Earth's humanity, except the clear and absolutely incorruptible mind. However, only a small number of Earth's humanity possesses this, as we have analyzed, which means that only a small minority is actually free from delusion. Only this small number can protect themselves from being influenced by a religiously based delusional belief, because their absolutely clear and free mind does not allow for a completely confused and wrong manner of thinking. Very inadequate apparatus and instruments exist with regard to the perception of energy, power and recording of thought activity, as a result of which the thought energy of the Earth's humanity brain cannot be determined in the form in which it is truthfully given, which combines with similar energy of the mass of humanity and is self-acting. Consequently, it is not understood nor comprehended that the swinging waves of the delusional thoughts of Earth's humanity, with their tremendous energy and power, determine about 87% of all evil and negativity on Earth, and that Earth humans trigger this and make it a reality through their confused thoughts and their energy and power. Through the various and numerous types of religious delusions, there has long been a negative intervention in the minds of Earth's humanity, which inevitably results in an increase in religious belief, and this becomes more and more widespread. This gives rise to evil thoughts of aversion and enmity, such as even malicious thoughts of hatred as well as thoughts of revenge, etc., which not only proliferate very widely to evil discord and to extremely many acts of violence and to degenerating killing instincts as well as to war, but also lead to a religious fanaticism of faith, from which unbridled hatred arises in many different and deviant ways, especially against Earth's humanity, who cultivate a different faith, which even affects whole peoples. This also refers to the fact that this energy, which emerges from the swinging waves of Earth's humanity's religious beliefs, becomes dangerous for persons who endeavor to name the religious delusion as such. You humankind of Earth, You appeared at some point in the time and were created through the activity of the creational laws and recommendations. And to you it is given to gain out of the womb of the creation, where through you can learn and evolve in the consciousness. And thus you can create true love, knowledge, and wisdom in yourselves, as well as peace, freedom, and harmony, in order to spread all this outwards amongst your whole humankind. You humankind of Earth, you alone create everything through your own thoughts, the feelings and the thereout resulting deeds, which is why you alone must also bear the consequences thereout. Do not therefore foment unpeace, unfreedom, and disharmony, and do not create hatred and war, but keep your thoughts and feelings pure in true love, so that you spread peace, freedom, and harmony, and give righteousness, fairness, and conscientiousness enough consideration. Truthfully, the creational laws and recommendations are and remain no secrets if they are really fathomed, and they are equal throughout the entire universe. Therefore, they can be understood by each of you human beings if you fathom and recognize them. Unfortunately, however, this knowledge is not generally spread, and the reason for this is because it has no longer been taught since time immemorial, although the true prophets have taught it through the teaching of the prophets, through the teaching of the truth, the teaching of the Spirit, the teaching of the life, again and again through the goblet of the truth. If, however, you follow the almighty laws and recommendations, then it will be fine with you, because you knowingly, consciously, create true love in yourselves, as well as freedom, peace, and harmony, which you shall carry forth and spread amongst people of your kind, human beings, as high values, so that the well-being of the love, peace, freedom, and harmony may prevail over the entire world and amongst all people of your kind, humankind. And you who know about the truth of the laws and recommendations of the fertilization of the life creation, do not let yourselves be asked by those who are unknowing of the truth to stand by them, and instruct each them with your knowledge about the truth and the teaching of the truth, the teaching of the Spirit, the teaching of the life. Rather be open honest with them, without conceit, imperiousness, and always ready to give pass on your knowledge without having to be asked to do so. Do not leave people of your kind fellow human beings in doubt that you will always be helpful to them in finding the truth if they are striving to turn to the truth. And you shall not be vacillating in doubt regarding whether to help each person of your kind next one in finding the truth if he or she is striving for it and searching for enlightenment clarification from you. And if you are not equipped with good knowledge in the teaching of the truth, the teaching of the Spirit, the teaching of the life, then do not decide to go out in order to spread the truth teaching, rather be averse to such, because without sufficient knowledge you can do more harm than good success. Therefore you shall stay back, remain at home, with the other sedentary ones remaining at home, if you are not sufficiently skillful, well-versed, well-read in the teaching. If you go out to spread the truth, and you are not sufficiently skillful, well-versed, well-read, then you will increase the worries of those who are to be taught, and also your own worries. Because it is through your insufficient knowledge in the truth that you will run backwards and forwards without finding any stability, which gives rise to discord between you and the ones to be taught, because some will listen to you, and some will be against you, if you cannot explain the things of the truth to a sufficient extent insufficiently, therefore leading to doubt and misunderstandings as well as outrage acts of gavolt. Do not assume that you can spread the truth teaching of the true laws and recommendations of the fertilization of the life creation, as is presented through the true prophets, by means of battles, wars, or in any other wise through gavolt terror and coercion, because truly you only take the highest level in this and make again success if you fulfill your deeds of teaching in accordance with the laws and recommendations of the primal power creation. And so you act out of love alone and heed freedom and peace as well as consonance harmony. Spread the joyful message of the teaching of the truth, the teaching of the Spirit, the teaching of the life in a peaceful wise amongst all those who open their ears to it and want to learn. Never attempt to draw attention to the truth teaching with gavolt terror, just as you shall also not represent the teaching with the sword or with other weapons of the dangerousness and killing, but rather only in true love and equitableness, fairness, in peace and freedom, so that a consonance harmony is given and that delight and permanent happiness may arise. The teaching of the truth, the teaching of the Spirit, the teaching of the life shall never be passed on spread, outrageously using gavolt, nor through lying and nor through slander calumny, because as a teaching from the laws and recommendations of the primal power creation, it is a teaching of the love, peace, freedom and consonance, harmony, from which neither outrage act of gavolt, bloody deed murder, persecution, battle war, nor strife can be allowed to emanate, but only permanent well-protectedness and all values of goodness. So, hear and contemplate the words of the prophets and the Arahat Athasata, and learn well the following in order, to understand the fundamental differences in consciousness development of the human beings of Earth. The truth, however, always sounds harsh and bitter, and it can only be explained in harsh and bitter words. Precisely the truth, however, is not gladly heard by the human beings, and they object to its harshness. This may be disturbing and offensive to many Earth human beings, but the truth is not yet determined for them especially. Their consciousness evolution is still taking place in lower tracks, and thus they lack the understanding that the unfalsifiable truth can only be made known through unfalsifiable harsh and bitter words. A human being who is not yet able to recognize this deep grounding fact is still situated on lower steps of the spiritual evolution. Their tendencies are therefore based on facts of self-deception, in false humanity, a wanting to be better than the others, and of placing themselves above the others. Through this they prove that their sense of the truth and creational fairness still runs in lower tracks and is thus still evolutionarily underdeveloped in the consciousness. Thus all words of the truth bounce off them, because they already feel that these are repulsive in their hard and bitter form. Therefore, the truth is only intended for those who recognize all harshness and bitterness of the truth and the words that announce it, and who are able to process and evaluate it. All the others are not yet ripe enough for it, and must become developed in lengthy clarification work for the understanding of the truth. This cognition is very bitter for all those human beings who awaken from their lethargy and have seen the connections. Within them blazes the bitterness of the inability to change all these occurrences which have gotten very badly out of the control of the good human nature in the human being in the shortest time, and to let the long hoped-for paradise become reality. And because this is so, it is the highest obligation of all those even halfway knowing ones, wherever willing ears are, to scatter the seeds of the teaching of the Spirit and the teaching of the life, and to support the work of those who announce harsh and bitter words of the truth. If you go out to spread the truth, and you are not sufficiently skillful, well-versed, well-read, then you will increase the worries of those who are to be taught, and also your own worries, because it is through your insufficient knowledge in the truth that you will run backwards and forwards without finding any stability, which gives rise to discord between you and the ones to be taught, because some will listen to you, and some will be against you if you cannot explain the things of the truth to a sufficient extent insufficiently, therefore leading to doubt and misunderstandings as well as outrage acts of gavolt. Scatter the seeds of the teaching of the Spirit and the teaching of the life for you will find that even the most religious are in agreement with and find these helpful in their life and consciousness evolution. Study the goblet of the truth, for therein it says, "Live always in love and in peace, foster freedom and harmony on earth, and never forget the real truth." Foster your life always in goodness of heart, and live in the true being of the creation. The goblet of the truth will wake you, not to the bane, but to the boon.